Yeah, this is Disney's actual first gay character. I doubt there's gonna be an article on it though. Yeah, Disney's lovable mascot, Mickey Mouse, has finally entered the public domain. Well, not this Mickey. Yeah, this one. For those who don't understand the public domain or just don't know what it is, the public domain is a legal term to describe any form of intellectual property that has been freed from its copyright owner, allowing it to be used by anybody for commercial purposes. Characters like Santa, Sherlock Holmes, Tarzan, and Frankenstein are free to use for comics, books, cartoons, and movies without fear of legal ramifications. And now this version of Mickey Mouse specifically is too. But here's the thing. This is probably going to be the most confusing aspect of it. Mickey Mouse is not just a copyrighted character. He's a trademarked symbol representing the Disney company. Even the opening Steamboat Willie animation is used in the beginning of damn near every Disney animated movie these days. But hey, we got Steamboat Willie Mickey over here, one of the most iconic depictions of the character to ever exist. And of course, the whole internet has exploded with re-uploads, dubs, parodies, and remixes of the original Steamboat Willie cartoon to celebrate. In many ways, Mickey has belonged to the public already, but now he definitely belongs to us in a new way. For years, the company has presented Mickey as a happy-go-lucky and prosperous individual, an upstanding gent. But if you've seen a large portion of the black and white Mickeys, his original cartoons, like I have, you'd know Mickey is kind of an asshole. You know what? No, not kind of an asshole. He's just an asshole. Aside from the widely known torturing of animals to impress Minnie and Steamboat Willie, here he is in Plain Crazy trying to get Minnie to kiss him. And when she refuses, he intentionally flies the plane like a lunatic to scare her, and asks again. She says no, and then he just goes for it anyway. Ub Iwerks animated this whole cartoon by himself, by the way. Walt didn't do shit. I just wanted to mention that since the only thing I've seen about Ub in the last few weeks surrounding this character is Jax Films intentionally mispronouncing his name for a stupid reaction video parody.
A Walt Disney comic by Oob Twerks.
Well, here is Mickey in the barn dance, dancing so poorly he's practically trampling Minnie. I mean, he's stomping all over her. In the Plowboy, he just pulls this cow's tongue out for licking him. He just ties the cow up with its own tongue. It's funny stuff still. He salts Minnie again, and uses a pig to plow dirt at the end. I mean, look at this pig struggle. It's not happy. I mean, there are other examples of this more aggressive character. I mean, getting into scraps with pianos on multiple occasions, and randomly bullying and beating up other animals. Even back then, Mickey was the boss, okay? I mean, this Mickey was getting pissed off at these. It's hilarious. I mean, I can't act like I don't see where the humor is coming from. But Mickey was definitely more like a rascally character that had to be toned down after he blew up in popularity. He transitioned from being the kind of character that loses in a rather equal romantic rivalry with Pete to saving Minnie from Pete's clutches rather quickly. It's fascinating to watch it alternate. Dang, he sure is having fun fucking up these aborigines, isn't he? Look at that smile. Yeah, that's why none of these are on Disney Plus, by the way. It's crazy to think that in a few short years, all these classic cartoons will be in the public domain. I mean, there's loads of them. It's just silly considering all these cartoons, a bunch of movies, and other cartoon characters would have been in public domain years ago, if it weren't for... I think that Disney coaxing Congress into extending copyright law by lobbying the courts became popular knowledge because of that episode of Adam Ruins Everything. Yeah, in 1998, Disney lobbied in support of the Copyright Term Extension Act, which extended the copyright for creative works from 75 years after publication to 95 years after publication. Mickey would have initially come into the public domain in 2004 if it weren't for this act. And I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I was already aware of this fact before that episode of the show came out. But I guess it didn't matter to me that much of the time until the latter half of the 2010s. Before I kinda thought to myself, well, it's probably a good thing Mickey stays out of the public domain. They'll probably just ruin the character's reputation anyway. It took a little growing up to realize the character's reputation kind of sucks already. Because the company's reputation sucks. Especially after the last decade of constant cash grabs and a lack of respect for established brands. In what world do we even owe Disney any respect for their intellectual property at this point? Mickey entering the public domain isn't just about allowing a character that's nearly 100 years old to be used in brand new and creative ways, or even schlockier and shameless cash grabs. It's symbolizing the public being able to chip away at a big corporate bully. Disney didn't just lock up Mickey Mouse for 20 years, okay guys? They withheld countless other fictional characters from entering the public domain along with it. Donald Duck, Goofy, Tom and Jerry, Bugs Bunny, Woody Woodpecker, Mighty Mouse, Betty Boop, Popeye, and Droopy, as well as a large portion of their filmography would be in the public domain. That's not all. There's movies like The Wizard of Oz, Casablanca, King Kong, and a large portion of the Universal horror classics. It'd be so fucking cool to see an animated version of Universal's Murders in the Rue Morgue. Not that the Poe version of the story isn't based or anything, but we could have had the Universal version of Frankenstein's monster in our hands, which is heavily copyrighted. Mad Magazine got in huge trouble for using its likeness for one of their covers. And yet, that's still not all. Comic book characters like Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, the Joker, Jay Garrick's version of the Flash, Robin, Two-Face, Lex Luthor, the Human Torch, the Submariner, and Captain America. We could have had Cap, y'all. Fuck you, Mickey. Copyright is supposedly, at its essence, a tool to encourage creatives and artists to continue pursuing creative work once they find success. It's not meant to keep people idly rich for decades. The people who originally created all these characters are all dead, and I mean long and dead. Joe Shuster and Jerry Siegel created Superman and died in poverty, as well as the creator of Batman, Bill Finger. Or at least co-creator. He died, okay? He died in poverty. Max Fleischer spent years trying to gain the ownership of his character Betty Boop from Paramount. And even though he was successful in getting the character back, he had died before the courts finalized everything. Dude, the Disney family does not run Disney Studios anymore. It hasn't in decades. So characters being lost to the public domain isn't doing any damage. Extending copyright is bottle capping creative potential. It just is. It's really satisfying to see random re-uploads of Steamboat Willie all over YouTube. I thought about doing this myself, but not long after leaving it in my drafts, yeah, they still caught it. It seems that Disney might not be willing to let Mickey go. Or it was YouTube's Content ID system still catching it, maybe it hasn't been removed yet. Brock Baker had his video, which was a hilariously dubbed version of the Steamboat Willie cartoon, demonetized despite the fact that Steamboat Willie, the cartoon, should be free to use for any commercial purpose. Mickey is ours now. It's only the beginning. This stupid act was to protect him, so as long as there isn't any more funny business in the courts, we'll be seeing a lot of interesting content from all sides in the coming years, and I can't wait.
We must all get ready now.
Anybody got any funny ideas for Steamboat Mickey to get caught in? I was thinking Mickey starring in a version of All Was Quiet on the Western Front would be nice. Or maybe a Mickey in Vietnam 2. You know, the Viet Cong is closing in, and instead of being quiet as to not alert the enemy, Mickey starts playing the ribcage of a starving Vietnamese like a xylophone. I don't know, I just want to see this version of Mickey going to war. No? Alright, well that's all I got, so see ya later.